Alright, so I think I've caught a queen ant. She flew in and landed on my phone as I was trying to go to bed, you know, on the screen. And I kind of freaked out because I was like, shit, a flying ant. I think it probably came in from outside because there's been a lot of bugs lately. Like, it's summer, we've had the doors open, I've seen little green hopping things and stuff in my room. Okay, so I found this ant and she still had her wings, so I was like, shit, I don't want her to fly around and set up camp in my room, right? And the last time I saw an ant-like creature with wings, I chucked it in the toilet and flushed it down. But this time, sorry, the zoom is probably making it difficult. This time, I definitely confirmed that is an ant with wings. And you know, I don't know if it was fertilized or not, but I toyed with it for a bit and managed to pull off one of its wings, so hopefully it can't fly anymore. Now I've put it in here because, like, I just watched a documentary on ants, and it is possible for queen ants to infiltrate another colony to start their own as like a parasitic queen. So I thought, well, it could be possible with this one. I don't know if it's the same species or even the same family. It's probably not. Look how like, it's so much bigger and it's a different color, so I don't think it's the same species, never mind same family. Okay, but if she can convince enough of these ants, I mean, assuming she's fertile, but if she can convince enough of these ants that she should be their queen, I may have a queen that can keep this colony going. But yeah, I've got no idea what species she is. So far, like, they've been investigating her, but I haven't seen too much conflict. Like, she's just looking after herself. And I'm not sure if that's because she fell in the water and she's a bit wet. But I haven't, like, it doesn't look as aggressive as when, like, say, I've chucked a caterpillar in there. So yeah, kind of interesting. But look how huge she is, you know? But yeah, no, I was watching David Attenborough ant documentary on the ABC, and now I'm like, yeah, I'm totally an expert in ants now. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if she survives the night, or if I've doomed her to, you know, these guys tearing her apart. Now, in the water, she does seem to have more capacity to swim and to survive that environment, so there's always a chance she'll escape, so I'm going to watch for a little bit longer. But yeah, interesting. I may have a queen now. I don't know if I had a queen before, but if so, like, much smaller than this. Like, the ones that I thought could possibly be a queen just look like the same as the other ants, but slightly bigger with a funny coloured bum. But this is definitely a queen, there's no question about it. Like, holy crap. Anyway, there's some action happening, so if I need to catch her, I better get ready. Okay, I don't know how well you can see, but there's one ant that's, like, latched onto her leg and is trying to drag her around. Yeah, I don't think they're particularly happy with her being there. I've seen a lot snap at her. So sometimes they leave her alone and then sometimes they attack. But now there's one that's, like, trying to drag her around. Now, in David Attenborough's thing, the particular species of ant he was looking at, the workers actually drag the queen back down to the nest after winter, basically bossing the queen around, like, get to work, lay babies. You know, you're supposed to make eggs and stuff. So it could be that, or it could be an attack. It's really hard to tell. I don't know. What are they doing now? Can we see from the side? Oh, sorry, it's a bit hard through that glass. Yeah, I don't know. That is sort of the entry to the main area. Where are we? Let me focus. So, are they trying to drag her down and accept her, or are they trying to drag her down for food? Yeah, is she going down the tunnel? Oh my god, I think she's going down the tunnel. Just, because she's so much bigger than them, maybe she can't fit. but she is head down. I'm sorry it's so hard to see through this glass because it's a little bit white. Weird reflections and stuff, but I think she's actually going down. Maybe. Also, if you're wondering why the ants are in such a panic, that's not necessarily because of her. While I was trying to get her in there, I accidentally bumped their, like, you know, they were all hanging out on the wall. What's this one doing, pulling her up? Maybe they haven't accepted her. But yeah, no, so they set up their eggs on the side of the glass above ground level again, and while I was dealing with this queen, I accidentally bumped their little nest setup, and so yeah, that threw them into a panic, and now, yeah, I don't think her presence helps. Yeah, what's going on? But so the panic may not be because of her, is what I'm trying to say. They may be accepting of her, and maybe the panic is my fault. You know, me being the true queen and all. Yeah, I mean, like, they haven't killed her, but then these ants are fairly passive, I think. Like, they didn't bite me when I was catching them. So, you know, in David Attenborough's ant documentary, the ants he was looking at, they're the ones that can spray acid. And, you know, being able to spray acid makes it easier to kill your victims. Whereas I don't think these ants have anything like that available, so they would just have to bite and bite and bite until whatever they're attacking dies. So yeah, they may be killing her very slowly. Or who knows? She's trying to escape. I might have to rescue her from the water if she falls. It's like, what do you think? Are they attacking her or what? Okay, so yeah, she did end up falling in the water. So I had to rescue her, and she had a little ant dangling off one of her legs, so, you know, not really sure. But when I rescued her, her wings were quite plastered down onto her body, like her remaining wings, kind of stuck down. And yeah, I ended up flicking her down there, and she sort of just stayed there and you know, moving very slowly at one point, although she seems to have... I thought maybe she'd died or something, but no, maybe she's just resting because it's been a bit of chaos. But yeah, just sort of sitting in the middle here now, not really moving around. Occasionally ants go up to her and, you know, check her out, but overall haven't been bothering her. So I'm not sure if they might be preparing to adopt her, or if they're just waiting for her to die so they can eat her. So, yeah, interesting. I'm going to watch for a bit longer, but then I really got to go to bed. It's almost 1 a.m. now. Oh, I really tried to get to bed before midnight, but then this happened. Like, I was actually in bed, and then this happened. Better luck tomorrow, which is technically today, because, you know, past midnight. Alright. Here's an example of another bug that has come in today. So that's why I'm so sure that she's not one that's escaped this farm. I mean, they were pulling her around anyway, so clearly not related. But now we've got this little dude, and if I poke him, he'll jump away. Yeah, too difficult to catch him and feed him to the ants, because I'm sure they'd enjoy nibbling on that. But yeah, he's been jumping around my desk and I can't get him and just, like, get him to go away and stop bothering me. And can I hold this at the same time and show you how he jumps? Oh. There you go. Is that you? Oh, it is. I thought you were going to jump away, little mate. It's not looking good. She hasn't really done much. Just sort of sit here and, you know, twiddle her thumbs. Ants have come up to her, but yeah, there's not really anything happening here anymore. So, it's possible that in that last fall into the water and me trying to rescue, that she may have been injured. And yeah, at this point, I'm kind of expecting in the morning she'll be dead, or possibly food, possibly chucked overboard. I'm not sure, but this isn't, it's not looking positive for her at the moment. So, bit of a shame, but it was worth a shot, and kind of fascinating to watch. I gave her a nudge because I noticed she was looking a bit stuck, trying to stand up. So I thought maybe there was like something weighing her down. And so she's moving again. Not as energetically as before though, so yeah, I'm not sure what's going on, but I think I've really got to go to bed because it's now past 1:30 a.m. and I'm gonna have a terrible tomorrow from not sleeping. So yeah. Yeah, she's not looking too good. Alright, I think hopefully that'll wrap it up for tonight. Good night, everyone. We'll check in the morning. It's the next day, 12:51 p.m, and I finally found where the Queen went. When I looked this morning, I couldn't see her, so I thought like either she'd escaped or they'd maybe killed her, or maybe adopted her and dragged her down in the tunnels. But no, there she is. If you can see, oops, where am I going? Just there, bit hard to see. That's why it took me so long, like through the jar. The jar is actually clearer in real life, but the camera's not quite picking it up. And you can just see her legs moving still a little bit. But yeah, she's not in a good way, and you know, I think she's just buried herself there. And at some point, I imagine they will dig her up and either eat her or throw her overboard as trash. So, yeah, that's the end of this Queen story, I think. Bit of a shame, because, like, I was hoping to see something else happen, but, yeah, didn't work out. I'm not sure if something they did killed her, like they attacked and injected her with something, or I don't know how these ants work. Or I don't know if it was my fault when I rescued her from the water and maybe didn't handle her gently enough. Although, like, when I caught her, like, you couldn't squash her. She was really tough when I first caught her. And, like, you know, trying to pin her wings down and she'd wriggle free and, you know, biting my chopstick and all that. So she was really tough. But for some reason, that last dunk in the water didn't quite go well. I mean, the first dunk in the water, she was underneath the water and still doing fine for ages, and then running around energetically. But that second dunk in the water, I think, was too much, or maybe like the way I picked her up wasn't good enough. I don't know, but yeah. I don't think she's dead yet, but probably will be in the next day or so. And that's that. Still, it was interesting to watch, and if I find any more flying queens in my room, all I can do is keep trying and wait and see if any of them can become a parasitic queen and take over. David Attenborough did say that most queens that try to take over another colony do die. So I guess this is just another one for that statistic. Alright, I'm guessing this will probably be the last video on this topic for the moment. See you later, guys. Okay, one final thing. Check them out eating this dragonfly. It's probably the biggest thing we've fed them so far, and they're right into it. So these are definitely bug-eating ants, and they're not too impressed when I try and feed them anything else. But when I can't catch a bug, or can't find a dead one lying around, I give them a bit of a sugar or a bit of honey to keep them going. But yeah, they like bugs. And right now is a good time to find lots of dead bugs, so we're in business.
Well, if I never tried it, how would I ever know? But am I still legitimate if I've given it a go? You want me to fall into self-doubt, locked in your catch-22. But if I split in half now, would that satisfy you?
Did I speak too soon? I just tapped on that dirt and saw her moving, so I got a little toothpick and dug her out. And she's still alive. So there might be more to this story yet. Or this could just be an extension of failure. To be continued, I guess. Maybe. Unless she dies, in which case I'll never say anything about it again.